Well, howdy, mighty mini truckers, and welcome to our channel.
Samson, the mighty sandbar.
Hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in the mountains of North Carolina. Finally, the temps are starting to drop a little bit, more cool than blistering hot. So, want to apologize. We've been pretty busy over the last couple of months. You know how life gets. A lot of travel, a lot of business travel, just a lot of things to do, and hopefully now we'll get back on plan. Anyway, we also want to thank you for dropping in today, dropping in to check out our latest video, which today we're going to talk about the search that I've been on trying to find the perfect tire and wheel to fit on Samson here. It's been kind of a little bit of a rabbit hole for us, or at least for me, trying to find the right tire and the right wheel. So in the search for tires and wheel combinations, there's a lot of information. So what I've decided to do is break this up into a two-part video series. And today what we're going to focus on is we're going to go ahead and focus in on the tires. You need to start out with the tires before you actually get the rims, because you need to know what size tire you're dealing with. Go ahead and grab your favorite cup of joe, or if it's the end of the day, grab a beer. Yeah. Sit back, relax, buckle up. Hey, and let's go. Well, before we transition over to the computer, or in my case, a laptop, to do some web searching, thought we'd discuss a couple of things that you want to know before you actually start that process. First of all, you need to determine what purpose your tire is going to serve you, as far as what are you going to be doing with your vehicle. In my case, I need a dual purpose tire. I need an off-road tire that can handle the trails here in the mountains of North Carolina, and I need a tire that can also serve me well on the asphalt. I will be driving Samson to the store, especially the hardware store, lumber yard, Lowe's, Home Depot, you name it. So I need that dual purpose. Now, the one thing I'm looking for in a tire is I'm looking for a tire that's got decent lugs on it, that has plenty of spacing in it to kick out materials, so it'll maintain its traction on the trails. We have a lot of rock around here. We have red clay. That's the soil type that we have. And of course, occasionally we'll get some snow. So I need a tire that's going to kick that waste out, or that material out, to maintain the traction. The other thing I'm looking for in my tire is that I want it to be a pretty heavy duty tire. I want it to be sturdy. And I want it to be a radial tire. But most importantly, I want it to be no less than 6 ply. And I would prefer 8 ply. That way I know that truck tire is sturdy enough to handle the sharp rocks around here, because those sharp rocks will definitely tear into your tire. The other thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for a load rating of at least a D, preferably between the 94 to 97 percentile. I want something that can handle an extra load, especially when you load the back of the beds up on these trucks. I want it to be able to handle that amount of extra pressure on it. Now, tire size is pretty important at this juncture, because tire does two things. It tells you the size of the tire, and of course that tells you how big of a tire you can put in that tire well. And number two is it also tells you what size rim that tire goes on. So on the sidewall of most tires, you have 3 numbers, okay? The first number, say in this case 145, that 145 is 145 millimeter, okay, which boils down to 5.71 inches of tire width, okay? The second number, say 70 in this case, is the aspect ratio of the sidewall. So the 70 equals 4 inches of sidewall, so you've got 4 inches of sidewall. And the third number, say 12 in this case, is 12 inches. Now that's the size wheel that you can put the tire on. Now, according to the manual, especially on the 5th generation Subaru sandbars, you could order the truck from the factory with 3 different tire sizes. One, of course, is what came on the truck usually, or what usually comes into the States on these trucks, is 145 70R12. Or you could get one with a 155/70 R13, or you could get a 165/55 R14. So you had different wheel and tire combinations that you could get with the truck from the factory. Now I found a real handy tool online. It's a tire size calculator. It's on tacomaworld.com. So in just a couple of minutes here, I'll show you exactly what that calculator does and what it can help you with and what it shows you. All right, folks. Now here's the tire size calculator that's talking about. In order to get to that, all you need to do is, of course, come up in your search bar and type in tacomaworld.com, and you'll come up with the website. And when you get to the website, it'll have a list off to the left hand side. Just look for that tire size calculator and click that, and this is what you're going to get. Now I've already gone ahead and typed in the current tire size is what you get in usually when you import these trucks in, and of course that's the 145/70 R12. Okay, and then if you got a certain tire size that you're looking at, like in my case, I'm looking at a 165/80 R13. Just plug that in, hit calculate, and what'll happen is you'll get this side by side comparison over on the right hand side. Sorry, comparison between the two tires. So you can see there's quite a big difference between the 145 and 165. And of course, if you scroll down some more, scroll down some more, um, it'll give you a comparison of the diameter in inches, how big the tire is, the width of the tire, circumference, the sidewall height difference, and of course, revolutions per mile. And as you can see, the 145 is about 20 inches in diameter, where the 165 80 is going to be 23.39. So you have an overall difference of 3.4 inches. Okay. And that also shows you the width. Like I mentioned, the 145 is 5.71 inches, where the 165 is going to be 6.5 inches. Just a lot of great help when you're trying to compare tires and look at the tires, giving an idea of just what the oversize or what the overall look is going to look like. And of course, down here they give you speedometer differences. This will vary a little bit, of course. Now, once you go from a smaller tire to a bigger tire, you're going to lose some RPM with that bigger tire. And then on top of that, of course, that's going to change your speedometer readings. So you, that's where this becomes a little bit. This becomes handier and becomes helpful. Um, so anyway, just a great little tool that you can use. And next, what I did was I went ahead and just did a regular, Google search. And what I did was I typed in Japanese mini truck all-terrain tires for sale, and what you'll get is you'll get a lot of different vendors. For instance, right here, you got Priority Tire. There's also Simple Tire, but you get Tire Rack, you get four dealers. Who cares about that, right? We're not going to deal with that. Amazon. Really didn't find anything under Amazon when I searched there as far as for mini truck tires. But if you look down here where it says related searches, this is probably where you're going to find most of those, like uh, right here, GNR imports, these other vendors. I'm going to go ahead and click on that now. Okay, here we are, GNR imports website. And as you can see right down here, you have the Spark parts store. Just click on that. And as you scroll down, as you get to the left bottom down here, you'll see wheels and tires. Just click on that. Okay, and as you can see, they've got a few tires, and they also have some wheels or rims. Now, I can tell you, of course, what I'm looking for the Subaru Sandbar is a 4x100 bolt pattern. Now, these are going to be 12-inch and 12-inch with a 8-inch width. They're basically made for UTVs or side-by-side tires. So I'm not going to purchase any of those, but they do carry a couple um, tires that are actually, or all terrain tires, are actually made for the mini trucks. And one is this Yokohama G-Lander GT tire. Let's go ahead and click on it. Now, what I found about these tires is um, that they are 145 80R12. So you get the taller sidewall, but you still maintain the same width. Now, this is going to work for me because I want something a little bit wider, something that's going to give me a little bit bigger footprint. So, but if this is something you're interested in, they do carry those, and it's 445.01 per set. All right. So that pretty much, just do a Google search and you can find some of these. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to eBay. Of course, everybody knows about eBay. Everybody knows how to use eBay. So, and they do have some vendors on eBay. Okay, this should probably look pretty familiar to most of you folks. This is eBay's website. What I've gone ahead and done was I went ahead and typed in Japanese mini truck tires in the search bar and gone ahead and pulled up a few vendors here on eBay that, like this one right here. Get to it here. It's Afterstock FD. They're carrying a wheel and tire package. I don't know anything about them. Of course, $1,600, that's a little bit out of my price range. But if that's a direction you want to go in, you could definitely purchase from these folks. If you come down a little bit further, here's another vendor, and they're carrying a set of four Yokohama Super Diggers 145R12s. Now, when you see this, it's the same thing. Most of these tires were probably developed for the mini trucks over in Japan, and they're getting them in here to the States, or they're coming out of Japan. These are the ones that are going to be 145, which is the same width as your original tire, but then it's going to be an 80. So instead of being a 70 aspect ratio, it's going to be an 80 aspect ratio, which will give you a taller sidewall, which also gives you a little bit bigger tire. And I think it's 1.14 inches, like we saw on the calculator. If that's the direction you want to go, hey, more power to you. I don't have a problem with that, of course. I'm just looking for something a little bit different. But as you can see, eBay is another good source, or another good resource for looking for and purchasing tires for your mini truck. Okay, two of your big tire outlets. One is Priority Tire, which we're on now, and the other one is Simple Tire. I think they both carry the Forceum tires and the Achilles tires. Now, I'm already we're looking at right now is the Forceum MT08 Plus. It's a 165 80R13. Um, Now, I know some other folks have mounted this tire on their truck and have had really good results with it, and they like this tire. Like I said, this tire with the 165 is going to give you something a little bit wider. Now, I was more interested in an all-terrain tire, but I'm not really finding anything in the sizes that I want. What I'm mainly finding is this mud terrain style tire with these bigger lugs and big open spaces, which is fine. Like I said, I know some other people have used it. Now, of course, with these tires, you're going to have road noise. There's no way around it. And of course, there's not much insulation in these trucks as far as insulating from outside noise. Um, so that's one thing you may want to think about if you're not big into that. You may want to, not look at these, but I like these tires. Like I said, they've got a big lug. They've got open spacer where they'll kick all that material out, and they even have cleats on the side to help with traction, especially when you're in mud. So I do like that. So this is the tire that I'm actually leaning towards most, and this is probably what I'll pick up to put on Samson. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the Achilles tire. Hold on one second, we'll get right back to it. Now, as I mentioned, the other large tire supplier online is Simple Tire. Now, I've already gone to the website, but you can do a Google search on them. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and right here in this orange search bar, let's type in 175R13. Okay, and we'll scroll down, and what pops up? The Achilles. Yes, this is one I'm interested in. Also, this is the Achilles Desert Hawk XNT. It's a 175R13 with a load rating D, 97, which tells me it's probably an 8-ply tire. I don't see it on there just yet. Let's go ahead, go to the full ad. Now, as you can see, this is a really nice tire. It's got heavy lugs on it, big lugs with plenty of spacing, so it's going to definitely have the material clean out I'm looking for. Price wise, it's $98.99 per tire. If you buy 4 of them, it's $395.96. Let's take a, oh, there you go here. Take a gander at the side of the sidewall. Yep, and it does have some cleats, extra cleatage on the side to help clean, if especially for your mud. See if it is an 8-ply. Let me look down here. Come on. Yep, it is an 8-ply. If you look right here, load range 8-ply, and like I said, it's a load range D. So, and here they actually have the poundage 1609. So 1609 pounds per tire. So that gives you plenty of load for your truck. As far as loading the truck up, you can put a good bit of weight on it. Okay, so that's another option. Now, there's one other place that we can go to, and it's on Facebook. And let me get out of here, and I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, here's my final option. Harley Rose. If you go to Facebook and search out Harley Rose, he's the owner of Muddy Bottom Mini Trucks. He also has wheels and tires, and he also has wheels and tire combinations. He also carries lift kits for a lot of the mini trucks or K trucks. So all you have to do is message him and tell him what you're looking for, and he should be able to get you something. But that's just another option. Well, folks, there you have it. Hopefully this video will help you out in your search for a set of new tires. Even if they're road tires or street tires or, all-terrain mud tires or even UTV tires. At least maybe this way you won't go down the rabbit hole that I went down when I first started out looking for tires. All-terrain mud tires, especially the tires I was looking for, they're very few and far between. Hopefully that'll change in the future, but for right now, I'm looking more towards purchasing the Forceum, I guess that's how you say it, the Forceum MT-08 mud tires. To me, they're a little bit more of an all-terrain tire when you look at them. They do have deep lugs, but not quite as deep as some of the other mud tires. The other nice thing about them is they're tall enough that, they give me enough height out of the tire and wheel setup. The other thing is, the other thing that I like about them is that they're a little bit wider. They're not too wide like the Achilles, but they should fit inside the wheel well without having to do a lot of modification and just trying to keep them off those off the suspension and the coils. Oh, plus the other thing about these tires that they're basically about $100 shipped to my door, so that's pretty reasonable for a decent set of mud tires. So folks, if you got any questions or any comments, don't forget to leave those in the comment section below. Hey, and if you like this video, smash that like button, okay? Oh, and since this is a part 2 or a 2-part series of videos on tire and wheel fitment, don't forget to ring that notification bell. And please, folks, please help Samson and I grow this channel. Help us out by subscribing to the channel. Anyway, as we always say here on the channel, get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Take a child fishing or camping, and happy trails. Ciao.